So just like to welcome everybody. As I was just saying that we're going to be going through the 7-step process that we're using on social media so that we can work remotely wherever we choose, whenever we choose. And everybody is most welcome this evening. We've got a lot of new starters, as I was just explaining, so it is a great time to be coming on board, coming on a Monday evening. We're going to keep repeating it on a Monday evening, 8:30. I'm going to give you an overview tonight, and then we're going to be going away, getting to work with the 7 steps, and then it doesn't matter how it goes. It doesn't matter if nothing happens. If it explodes, it explodes. But there's going to be several different things. We're going to start really chunking it down so you understand more about the process, about what we're doing, why we're doing it this particular way. So I just want to introduce myself. For those of you that don't really know me, my name is Samantha Tarr. I have a background in the beauty industry. I've always been a business owner. Always just had that spirit, really. I don't think I'm an employed person. I don't think anybody'd want to try and employ me now. But I realised 11 years ago when I had my daughter that actually my whole working hours changed, and I needed to have something that was different to what I was doing, that was flexible, that I could do around my family and take me out of the salon that or this being salon based, because I didn't want to be working one-on-one with clients anymore because it was very restrictive, it was very tying, and I could only earn a certain amount of money. And I realized that if I carried on doing what I was doing, because I had a child, so I was working a lot less, then my retirement wasn't looking too good. So I knew that I needed to do something else. And obviously, over the last 10 years, especially the last 5 years, with the explosion of social media, I think it's become apparent to most people the power of being able to work with social media and a brand, bringing them together, is just something that's very powerful. It doesn't matter what your background is, anybody can learn it. Doesn't matter how techie you are, because I honestly was not techie. When I started this business, I wasn't even on Facebook. That's how. And now I look at what I've learned, and it's only because I just jumped in and tried it, which is why I want to keep repeating it, breaking it all down to really help everybody, because I think if you really start to understand what's behind what we're doing, not just the actions of what we're doing and how it works, you are to become confident on social media with what you're doing. It's going to give you the best grounding or best base that you can have to start and to move forward with this business. Because once this becomes natural, you get it, and you can help other people, honestly, 6 to 8 weeks time, you'll turn around and you'll go, oh my goodness, I feel like I've learned so much, and you will. So the reasons, so prior to us, and I honestly think the 7-step process following the posting sequence is the best thing that happened to me in my business, because it made me have a focus on my timeline. I had a structure. I knew what I was posting about, but what it allowed me to do, it allowed me to be creative within that. And it's all about being creative where you put your personality into it. But I knew each day the system I was following. It was just about putting my input into it. And that's all it is. We're all different. So nobody can say right or wrong what you're saying or posting, but following the structure, we know it works. And I can hand on heart say, since I've been following this on my timeline, I have created more customers than I had in the previous 8 years. within that space. Just to say, you know, we've probably seen we've seen my famous arm with the firming cream prior, my famous arm, prior to me working with the system and the firming cream. I think I'd probably sold 1 or 2. It just wasn't a product I'd really focused on. When I saw what they were doing in the US and the power of what they were doing, I decided I'm just going to do it for myself first, because how can I show other people to do it unless I know it works? So there was 2 things I did. One, I did my famous arm, which is just the one arm that I did. And 2 was follow the system. And if you stick to what we're doing with how we're doing it, and we're going to go into a lot more depth over the next few weeks, you will definitely create customers, and you will definitely be able to convert those customers into business partners that can come along, join, earn some extra money as well. And that actually is like the icing on the cake, because you're helping other people to earn money. It's amazing. So what I'm going to do tonight, because I don't want to make this really long, because some of you have started with this already. We talk about the 7 steps. You know, we've got the first post, the last call, the OMG, delivery, recruiting, referral, and recognition. This is the process we're following. So we have obviously on the right hand side here got Monday to Sunday, but actually what we've found is it doesn't have to be Monday to Sunday. It might take you 2 or 3 days between your first post and your last call. Because if you've got a really good post that's running, you want to just keep running that post. You don't necessarily need to put another post up. So you might not follow it straight away, but don't worry too much about that. So on top of your structure that we have for the 7 steps, we'll call it the 7 steps. We're not going to call it days, because we're not going to do it like that. We're going to follow it as steps. You're going to start with step 1, step 2. In between that, you are going to be doing some engaging posts. So some posts about your lifestyle, some posts that might be like a nice quote or whatever it is that you like, something about you that you like. So we have something what we call the 80-20 rule. So it's 80% lifestyle, 20% product, business, that type of thing. Okay, so I found following the 7 steps, you're only actually posting twice a week, in effect, or twice in that system about product. So you're not looking like a catalogue. You know, you don't want to look like a catalogue. You don't want your posts to look like salesy. Your posts are going to be about you with a picture of the product, if you have the product, or if not, you could just have a nice picture of you. And if you haven't got the product, you know, and a results photo. That's the process on your product ones, which is your first post and your last call. I'll go into that in a bit more detail. So you're only posting twice a week about a product, and it's the same product. So you can choose a product a week, you can keep repeating it and repeating it, or you can change it. It's completely up to you. We will help and guide you. Normally I'll choose a product for a week, or if I want to sell a bulk, I'll choose that product and I'll do it on my timeline, in my first post and last call, on my stories, and in my product group. So you can get multiple exposures, because it is all about multiple exposures. Bridget Warburton, who's been working with the system since September, she really focused a lot on the firming cream to start with, and then she went on to the toothpaste, and she's been selling loads of them. It just creates customers. It's probably the best way you can create your customers, through social media. Not saying you can't do offline as well. You know, you want to talk to your friends, you want to be able to do the demos. This is really generating leads. This is creating interest. This is creating conversations that people are going to have when they see you. You know, when they see you and they say, oh, hey, what's that toothpaste? They might not comment on your post. They might not ask you anything. If they see you, they might go, that thing you were using, that scrubby thing on your face, or whatever it is, you know, because that's what people are seeing. you know, they'll ask you. So don't ever think people aren't looking. People are watching. So we have, you know, times when it's best to post. So if I'm going to be doing a product post in the evening, I find for me, best time for me to post about the product, if it's first post, last call, is between 6 and 9 at night. Probably after 6, probably 7 till 9:30, 10 really. But what I'll do in the day is I'll do an engagement post. So I might put a blog post up and ask a question, or if I've got a motivational quote, or if something funny's happened, or something about my family, that will get engagement. And then when I'm posting in the evening, I've already got engagement. So Facebook like it. This is all about algorithms. This is all about algorithms and Facebook, which we can go into more depth on another, but I don't want to do too much tonight because this is going to be way enough. So when whatever post you have on your timeline, in your product group, in groups, wherever you've done a post, if somebody puts a comment, just get into a habit of always replying to the comment as the reply. You know, when somebody comments and then you can reply to that, always reply. Always. Just a habit I got myself into, because the more comments you get under a post, Facebook think, oh, this person's really popular. We'll put it out to more people. Because I don't know if you know, but when you put a post on Facebook, it only goes out to 5% of your friends. Not everybody sees it. 5% is not a lot of people. So everything we do is all about expanding our reach. It's all about getting more exposure and to get Facebook to put our post out to more people. So when you put a post up, if you get 10 to 12 comments in the first 30 to 60 minutes, Facebook will put your post out to almost 80%. And you know, sometimes you'll get a post in it, or you just get loads, and you know, if it's your birthday or something, you end up getting, if 50 people say happy birthday, you reply to 50 people, that's 100 comments. That'll run for days, that will, I'm telling you. And you're gonna have to keep going back and checking and commenting and replying. But just get into that habit, because it's a really good habit to get into, and Facebook love it. And they'll think, oh, you're really popular. So when you do your product post, they'll put it out to more people. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Don't worry, we're going to keep repeating it. So this is, so on here, so on your product post, always get 10 comments as soon as possible when you've put that product post up. So we're going to go into more depth over the next few weeks about those comments. My advice is, if it's on your product post, which is your first post and your last call, where you've got your picture of you and your results, you can put some more in the comments below. You can put some more results. If you want to go onto my timeline and have a look at mine, you don't have to comment, just go and stalk me happily. It will make more sense. So have a look on any of my product posts and you'll see underneath I get 10 comments. Some will be, I might even put a comment, here's some more results. That's one comment. And then I might post some different pictures, 3 or 4. That's 4 or 5 comments. Then I have got saved in my notes some little bit about the product, you know, some information about the product. So just go and have a look on mine. Honestly, you can do whatever I'm doing happily. So when you're writing your post, which I will go to, I'll go on to that next. When you're writing your post, so we're going to go through the 7 steps now, and these are some examples. So when you're writing your post, you want it to be like a blog. So you don't want it salesy, it does this, it does that. You can say it, but you want it. So just, if you understand, you want it to be as if you're talking rather than you know, you're reading it off a product label type of thing, because that bit you can put in the comments. So step 1 in your sequence is your first post. So you choose your product for that week or for the 7 steps. I always would say start with the toothpaste, whitening toothpaste. You could run a few weeks with a whitening toothpaste. You'll be surprised. People will start after a while, start commenting. Even if they're not straight away, they have got eyes on you and they're watching you. Trust me, it will start to happen. You just need to repeat it with confidence. So this is one of my first posts. So first post is the first one in the week. Choose your product. So you want a nice picture of you with the product if you've got it, and then a results picture. So if you're repeating a product, try and use a different results photo the next time you're repeating it. So you're showing different results. There's another one here. We've got lots of examples we can share, or you can screenshot this if you want to, just to have a look. This is another lady who had some good results with her post as well. So then you can see here and mine, I've got 17 comments. So that's, you can go and have a look at any of mine and you'll see how I've structured the comments after, and then other people will start commenting. So you can then intersperse between step 1 and step 2 with a lifestyle post or something about your dog, your cat, whatever it is, your children, your grandchildren, your books you're reading, whatever it is that is you, your audience will connect with. Then your last call post, you're basically saying, because the idea of this system is that your first post, you're wanting to fill a bulk order that week. So if once you get into using the system, you can fill a bulk a week, 16 toothpaste or 17 firming creams. And it takes multiple exposures. And when I first started using this, I didn't get a lot to start with, but over a period of time, I started to build a lot more customers and people would then start interacting. So your own results are always more powerful as well, if you can. So that's the last call. And then we have step 3 is OMG. So the step 3, it can, I know I've watched some people, and this lady here, she's going, I'm so grateful because this business has helped her and she's been able to do whatever. You don't have to do an OMG, I'm so grateful post about the business or the product if you don't want to. If you think I want to do a, oh, I'm so grateful post about anything, honestly, just do that. It can be your life, somebody, it can be apps. This is where you can be creative because people, your audience, they don't all know you, but there'll be a lot of your friends there. So it is just connecting with your audience. You could do it. I'm so grateful. I've earned so much X amount of money this week. It's meant I've been able to buy this for my child, grandchild, whatever it is. It is up to you. But I just did a little one here because I like reading lots of books. I just put, I'm so grateful, have amazing books. You know, just something like that, that will connect with your audience, but something you're grateful for. That long there. So step 4, this is quite an important one. You might not be able to put this on a step 4 because it's all about delivery. Whenever you get a delivery, even if it comes on a different day, just take a picture of it, take a photo. I tend to do lots of boomerangs with mine. The new skin boxers, I don't know if you've seen, they've got like a little quote on the side. If they're really cool little quotes, sometimes I've just taken a picture of that and said, oh, this must be a good company, you know, a company with a heart, you know, or here I've just put impressed with this delivery, you know, next day delivery, you know, we can order and we're going to get it next day, 1 to 2 day delivery. You can be really quite creative within that. And yes, you're repeating that. but it's people seeing that you're showing or you're promoting products and you're receiving it and they're going out to people. So it is, even if you haven't had a delivery, just use something or save some photos or just be creative with something. And I did say when we had our boot camp, one week I didn't know what to do because I hadn't had a delivery or anything like that. So I just put a picture up and with a box of products, and I just said, oh, every time I open a box of products, I hear Postman Pat in my head going, singing the Postman Pat delivery song, whatever it is, can't remember it now. I had so many people comment on my post. So it hasn't got to be, you just got to be a little bit creative to connect with people. Honestly, that's all it is. My advice would be to really get used to doing steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Step 5 and 6, these are slightly different. Step 5 is a recruiting post. You don't have to put a block color up one like this. I was trying to look quickly for a different one and I couldn't find one. But a recruiting post can just be you saying why you're doing what you're doing. Honestly, you could just go, I've transitioned from doing clients 5 days a week, onto an online business. The reasons I did that were X, Y, and Z. I'm so glad I'm doing it. Is this you? Would you like some more information if this is something you're thinking about as well? That's a recruiting post. Or it could be like, who else have we got here? I'm just trying to think. Any of you that are in your jobs, Donna's here. Oh, we've now got somebody from the USA, so we are absolutely multi-global tonight. So Donna's here from the US. So, it can be, talk about you, what you're doing, why you're doing it. Are you feeling like that? This could be for you. Reach out to me, pop me a message, that type of thing. But we can help you with these. Get with your coach or whoever's just get with your coach, or you can come to me and we can really work a recruiting process together. And then step 6 is all about asking people to do a referral for you. So this is about asking other people to help you. Again, we can help you with this, and we will go into more details with these over the next few weeks, because the more we go into the details of what to post, how to post, even engagement posts, what to put on in between. If you ever get like a week where your posts are a bit flat, might be because you're not engaging on other people's posts, or it might just be that you need, you're not really engaging with your audience. You might need to just stick on a funny post, and then people will comment and you'll think, oh, didn't even know that they were watching. And then you carry on. So all of it, honestly, it is a work in progress. You need to do this for 6 months to then turn around to say, it's not working for me. Honestly, you have to stick at it and add all your other lifestyle bits in to realize and repeat it, that actually it will start to work. Hand on heart, this will start to work. And then step 7 is recognition. Can be anybody in your team, can be, I've actually recognized people who buy products from me, who are good customers or help me. They're always sharing my posts, that type of thing as well. So we can go into a lot more details with that as well. Don't think we've got any more now. I think that was it. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And I think I'm going to stop recording it actually, and then we can